Alright, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, this is what we're going to be doing today. This is going to be basically just kind of a guide to show you. Most radars have some kind of clip like this where it'll go on the stem of your rear view mirror. This is the setup I had for the Scat Pack, so I'm going to basically just transfer it. I never did a video on this, which is kind of stupid now that I think about it, so I'm going to do it now. The radar I use is a Valentine One. I'm going to put a link to this. I believe it's either, it could be a Blendmount, or there was one called Country Joy or something. And then this is a mirror tap, but the trick with our cars is you need the micro adapter, the little pins, the tiny ones. So basically what I'll do is I'll install this and I'll show you how to take the plastic trim pieces around the mirror off. The car is super clean right now, and I will do a video on that one day. What I ended up doing is a rinseless wash with Optimum No Rinse. I love that product. As long as you use a ton of microfiber towels and you practice safe paint detailing, not sex, practice safe paint detailing, and you do a couple different techniques, you can get a scratch-free result. And because it's super cold outside and it's very windy right now, so I'm not able to get out there. And this is with no wax right now. The car is going to be getting a coating on it within the next 2 weeks, so I'm not even going to bother adding any more wax than is already on there. But right now, oh, that was very ghostly. She's very shiny right now. So what we're gonna do to begin this is get this plastic housing off. Now this part is a two-piece design. There is this centerpiece. You can see there's little crevices there. This comes out. I'm gonna show you how to pull that off. And in this part, it kind of opens up and comes off, and that'll all be removed. The thing we're going to be doing is exposing everything here so that we can get here as well. And we're going to mount this like that. So this way we can have our radar detector mounted right underneath the mirror. So what we're going to start with is this piece here. I told you that this center piece is actually clipped. There should be like a clip here on each side. So what you're going to end up trying to do is get your hand in here, and you're going to be pulling down on this. I recommend using both hands, so I'm going to have to put this camera down in a second. But you want to get it on more toward the sides. I wouldn't recommend pulling down too much in the middle. You could break something, but the clips are on the side. So we're going to get in there and try to pull down, and I'll try to give you a better view from the inside. If this is the first time you're doing it, it's probably going to be really tight like mine. That's a horrible joke. But if you can see, there's like a clip here. What I did was, as I was pulling down, I took my other hand and I applied force upward, and that came out. So you're just going to put your hand down, get it in, and then you're going to pull. You see how? Well, you can't really see a ton here, can you? This came down. Craziness. Just get your hand back there. Start applying some pressure, and you're gonna get the clips to pop. As with everything, I always tell you, don't worry about breaking anything. If I just did it, you can do it. Do you see how these clips are? Come on, you bastard. Alright, so there are two clips on each side. This piece sits straight down. So what you got to remember is right here, these pieces are down and in. They're inside here. So you need to not only pull down, but you got to pull out a little bit so that you don't break these. You don't want to break these. But that's pretty much the hard part of this. Once you get to that point, This now has flexibility, okay? So you can actually start, you push that to the side a little bit so that it spreads open, and you can see that this is simply what comes off. So those two pieces come off, and now you're exposing this. What we want to get to is this. This is focusing for shit because of the window, but what we want is this clip in the back here. Once you get the covers off here, you're gonna just take your hand. There should be a little push part on the bottom of this. Don't force anything that has electrical. Don't pull on wiring. Just pull, push the bottom piece in and grab the clip. Do not pull on wires. And it should come out, and it's pretty long. It should give you plenty of room. What we're gonna want to do is access the back parts here, okay? So basically this is set up a little bit different than it was on my Scat Pack, but the two wires that we need for this joke, they're the same. I'll show you this in the actual, I'm gonna cut to that right now. So what you're seeing right now is my nasty hand and the mirror tap sitting inside. You'll see the black goes with the black, and the red goes with this, I guess it's pinkish, it's a pink and yellow wire. So that's gonna be your power, and the black's gonna be your ground. So what you're gonna do with the wire tap setup is you have two wires. Like I said, I'm gonna mention this in the description. You're gonna want the small ones. I bought the one where you can change. So basically it's detachable, and you can put different sizes on there. So basically if you ever move from one car to the other, you can have the option of changing that. So what we're gonna do is put the red where it's supposed to go and the black where it's supposed to go, and we're gonna push it in on the bottom as far as we can go. Make sure it's the flat piece going in, and just try to wiggle it a little bit until you find some resistance. It's hard to see this camera. Once you find a little bit of resistance, you're just gonna push it in the rest of the way. Same goes for the bottom black, right next door to it. Just gonna find where there's resistance. Now they're both in, and just make sure everything's nice and stable, nice and sturdy, secure. What I'll probably do is take a tiny piece of electrical tape and just run it here so these don't come loose, because they actually can come right off, if you see. When it comes to any kind of mods like this, better safe than sorry is always the way to go. For 2 seconds of your time to just take a little tape and wrap it so that it doesn't pull loose is definitely something that you want to consider doing. Alright, so now that that's set up, basically you're just going to reach back over here. You're going to find the way it's supposed to go, and you're going to clip that in. The length of this is going to matter. I got this size, I don't remember exactly which one it is, but I do recommend getting a little bit longer if you do get this setup. My setup does give a snug fit, so it's not the best setup, but there is flexibility here and it does work. But like I said, if you're gonna do this, you know, you can always go for a little bit longer and always just have the excess coiled in. So once you're done with this, what I recommend is starting to work on the bracket. Now these do come with a hex setup here. Well, mine specifically. What I recommend is having a setup where you're using that bit here as opposed to a hex. A hex will take you a lot longer. It's a giant pain in the ass, and I found this to be such a better, more enjoyable experience. So I'm just gonna prep this. We're gonna loosen up these screws. Some of these kits, I wanna talk about this, have, if you see where my hand is, they have these like, I don't know how to describe this. Basically, it's just a shim, I guess, in a way. Not all of these are created equal. I've had a bunch of different cars in the last couple years, and some are skinny, some are fat, some are long, some are short, tall. Everything's different. So to find out what fits you, the website that wherever you order it from should basically be able to give you a more of a general idea than I can. But basically what you're going to do is remove one half of this, and then you're going to take the other half and you're going to just start screwing that biatch in just to get it started. So you're going to put this here. I'm doing this kind of blind here. So you're just going to get it started. Like I said, don't tighten it all the way. You're going to take the other part that goes on the top. Now you're going to want to tighten these pretty similar. You're not going to want to have it where one's doing one thing and the other one's doing the other, because it will be a little bit weird. It's just hard trying to get angles. Get it in so that it can move. Not too tight yet. See, my thing can move. That's where you want it. So basically, what we're going to try to do now that that's sitting there, we're going to try to install, first of all, this piece. This has to go back on. The best way I'm going to be able to explain where this is going to clip onto is if you look in here. If you look in here. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. We had a horrible accident, folks. We had a horrible accident. This is what happens. This is what happens when you're trying to, oh boy, when you're trying to do too much. It's fucked up. Okay, let's try that again. Blooper. So if you look inside of the actual large cap, you're gonna see a clip here and there's a clip on the other side. Those two clips are gonna go in here. There's one on each side of here. So you're basically just gonna come in, go straight up, no big deal, and then you're gonna find a way to clip it in on both sides. Make sure there's no cables in the way, and that's it. Okay, so it's up. You heard it click. It's nice and flush with the glass. Okay, that's what you're gonna want. Now for this piece, okay, you're gonna come in through the top. Right? You're gonna come in through the top here. You're gonna hook it into the bottom so that it looks flush. You'll know. And then you're basically gonna eyeball it. If you look, you'll see where, try to find some light here, and you'll see where the clips should go into the holes here. And make sure that both sides are pushed in. So like that one's kind of lined up. This side needs to be in more. So this is a two-handed operation, which I don't have at the moment. So you're going back to this weird angle. So you're gonna just push in, push down, lock things in place here. You're gonna hear clicks, all kinds of clicks, and it's gonna go in, and everything is gonna be nice and flush, snug, tight. Probably should have did this before I clipped it in. I guess I'm just way too cocky, being the second time I've done this. What you're gonna wanna do, obviously this is loose because we didn't tighten it all the way. You're gonna wanna mount it, test fit it. All right, turn this on. We're gonna give it a little test run. We're just gonna push the run button and we're gonna see now that it's hardwired if it's gonna do anything, and we're gonna test right now. So there you go. I put the car in accessory, and now I got stupid beeping noises. Car's in accessory mode, and we have a radar. Everything's nice. Basically, the last part about this is going to be your OCD and positioning it, whether you want it more. I mean, you don't have a lot of room back there, to be honest with you, but I try to position it so that this is as high up as possible and it's level and everything's good and nothing's interfering with the wire. Obviously, everything works nice. And the best part about having this hardwired there, other than the wires not dangling everywhere, is basically when you push the car off and you open your door to get out, like everything else, it turns off. Alright, this is the last little clip. This is it. Another small quote-unquote install done. That's what everything looks like. Again, I'm going to try to post links to everything in the description, including, you know, the type of radar. In case you don't know, this is a Valentine One, but you can get mounts for just about any radar. I think the two top main ones obviously are going to be like Valentine One and Escort, like passport type radars and stuff. I don't know. It's all personal preference when it comes down to this. Either one is going to do a job. I just happen to like this one. I've had it for quite a while, and the red on the inside matches my car quite well. Maybe one day I'll switch to test some things out. That's why I don't permanently mount it. That's why I like to use mirror taps. I've had some people asking me how I've installed my radar, and this is it. This is how I installed it. So if you have any questions, send me a message. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I do have a lot of videos coming, and there's going to be a lot more about this Hellcat in the next couple videos. So stay tuned. We're getting some exterior things next week. So thanks a lot, and have a good day.